Hi guys, welcome back. In the last session, we have discussed about our real-time scenario. In our real-time scenario, we have taken the two classes, booking service and payment service. Okay, booking service is depending on the payment service, and we have created the mocked object, and we have discussed each and everything how we do. Okay, and we have created a simple Maven project. Okay, by taking the simple Maven project, and in the pom.xml we have added the JUnit Jupyter API dependencies, and we have added Mockito core dependencies and the Mockito JUnit Jupyter dependencies. Why we have added? For testing our Java code with the Mockito, we need these dependencies. Okay, so now let me go and take the real-time scenario and write the code for this actually. Okay, so first I'll be creating a class for payment service, then I'll be creating a class of booking service. Okay, so let me go to my IntelliJ and create a package called services. Inside services, we will be writing the booking service and the payment service. First, I will be writing the payment service. First, I'll be creating the payment service. Payment service, the payment service. We have created a class called payment service. Inside this payment service class, we have a method called process payment. So process payment method is there. Okay, process payment method is there, which is taking the amount as a parameter. Amount as a parameter. And this amount is double. Amount as a parameter. Okay, and once the payment is processed successfully, we are returning true or false. We are returning true or false. Okay, so that is Boolean. So now inside this payment service process method, we are writing a simple sysout statement saying that like payment is under processing under processing. After payment is done, we are returning true or false. In our case, I'll be returning true only. Okay, we'll see both scenarios, true and false, both we will be seeing. Okay, so with this, we completed the payment service. Let me recap. Payment service is having a method called process payment, which will be taking the amount as a parameter. Okay, and we are writing a simple sysout statement payment is under processing. Okay, let me give the amount as well over here. Okay, so that we can show it in our console. Okay, so now fine, the payment service is done. Let me create a you know uh, what is the other class we have? I'm forgetting the things actually. So booking service. Okay, so booking service is the other class we have. Booking service is having a method called buy product. Buy product, and the booking service will be having a method called buy product. This will also takes the amount as a parameter. Okay, and this will not return anything void. Okay, so now booking service is having a relationship with the payment service. If you're buying anything, so you should pay some amount, and the order will be processed after you are paying the amount. Okay, so let me take the payment service. So booking service has a relationship with the payment service. Now, internally, the byproduct method making a call to the payment service method to process the payment. Okay, why we need it? So, if you want to buy anything, Okay, so you have to process, you have to no do the payment, right? For that, I'll be taking the for payments. I have taken the payment service class. So the payment service class is having a method called process payment. Let me come to the uh, byproduct method. Let me call the process payment method. Okay, by using the payment service object, process payment, and you will be giving the amount over here. Okay, fine. Okay, so now this process payment, if you see, this process payment is returning boolean value. Okay, let's go and write the boolean value. Boolean, I'll say, is processed. The process is successful if each process is returning true. If this process method is returning, process payment method is returning true, we are saying that payment is processed successfully. Payment is processed successfully. Okay, so else we are saying something like um, payment is failed. Payment is failed. Payment is failed. Please try again. Please try again. Okay, that's cool. Payment is failed. Please try again. And let me give this as a public access so I can make a call to this method from another class as well. Okay, so the booking service, let me recap it. The booking service is having a attribute called payment service. So and we are like, booking service is also having a method called byproduct. Okay, so from byproduct method we are making a call to the process payment method, okay, which is returning the true or false. And now I want to test this booking service. I want to test this booking service. So, in order to test this booking service, it's not at all possible. So, there is a payment service as well, right? So, booking service internally making a call to the payment service as well. So, when you are making a call to the booking service, so internally payment service methods also calling, right? So, what we have to do is we have to mock these booking service, sorry, payment service okay class in such a way that whenever we are making a call to the payment service related method, it should return some dummy response to us. Okay, let me go to the uh, test class. Let me go to the test package. Under the test package we have to create a class called booking service test. Okay, so we have created the booking service test. Now we will be creating a method to test our particular booking service method. Okay, so booking service is having only one method. We will be testing this method. Okay, so let's go. Void test. What I want to test? I want to test by product is the method name. So I want to test by product. Right. Yes. That's be earned. Fine. And this method is a test method. In order to make this method as a test method, I'll be annotating that method with the at test. Okay. At test public void test by product. Okay, this is a test method. Okay, so now inside this test method you have to write the you have to stub it, you have to set the expectations, and you have to verify the methods which are calling the mocked methods. Okay, so before doing that, so if you want to start your Mockito, you have to initialize the Mockito. Okay, so there is a method called open mocks which will be initializing, which will be starting your Mockito Mockito work. Actually, you can say in simple. So I can say that we will be creating a one more method called public void setup. Okay, so setup, and you have to annotate this setup method with the before each before each before executing each method. You have to do the setup, you have to initialize the Mockito. Okay, so how we will initialize the Mockito, how we will open the Mockito? We are like, it's kind of opening a connection to the Mockito. Okay, so now what we'll do is we have a open mocks method. Open mocks method is a static method, must be called with respect to class name. So where it is available in Mockito annotations, it is available. The open mocks method is available in Mockito annotations class dot open mocks. Okay, this open mocks will be using the current class. So if we are like, if you want to point out the current class, you will be using a this. Okay, fine. So now inside this, now come to the test method. Inside this test method, you have to, mock the things. Let's see. So inside this test method, first I'll do is I'll be stopping the payment service class. I'll be stubbing the payment service class. I'll be stubbing the payment service class. Stubbing stubbing the payment service class. This is the first one, right? We have to do. You can check here. First, you'll be, let me go to the steps. So first you have to stub the dependent class. So over here, you can see in booking service. So here, this is the dependent, right? So booking service is depending on this payment service. So what you have to do? You have to mock this payment service. Now let's go and mock it. How to mock it? So we have a method called Mockito. We have the method called mock, which is a static method. Okay, so this static method is available. This mock method is available in Mockito. So you should be calling with respect to class name Mockito dot mock method. You have to call. Okay, so here inside this mock method will be taking the payment service dot class as a parameter, because we want to mock this dependent, right? Okay, so this particular mock method will be returning the, okay, mocked payment service as a parameter, mocked payment service. Okay, so now we have mocked the payment service. Now we have to, once we mock the payment service, we have to give this payment service back to the booking service. There is a has a relationship between them. So what I'll do is, instead of like, using the instead of using this, you can use constructor or you can use any setter method as well. So let me go and write the setter method. Okay, I'll say setter, payment service setter. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll come to the booking service payment. Every time when I'm making, every time what you have to do is you have to set this payment service to the booking service. Set the payment service to the booking service. Let me create the booking service. Booking service. Now I'll say booking service dot set payment service. You'll be giving the payment service. Not here, I think so. So you have to give it inside this, inside your test method. Here you have to give it. Okay, you should say mocked payment, because you are giving the mocked object to the payment booking service. Mocked payment service object to the booking service, so that like whenever you are calling the methods of payment service, it will not make a call to this real object, it will be making a call to the this mocked class. Okay, so now after setting the payment service to the booking service, now next what you have to do, this is the next step. you have to set the expectations. You have to set the expectations. Now, how to do set the expectations? We have to tell the payment service is having a method called process payment. So whenever we are making a call to this process payment, you should return true or false. Okay. So now in our case, I'll be returning true. Okay. So now let's write setting the expectations, setting the expectations. I'll say when 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 call the process call the mocked payment, when mocked payment, right, complete name, mocked payment service, whenever you call mocked payment service dot process payment, then you should return then you should return then should return here. I'll write true. Okay, so here the process payment method is taking the double as a parameter, right? So here instead of giving the double, I'll say any double. Okay, let's import this. This is any double is a static method. Let's import this. And when is also a static method. Let's import this. Okay. So here I'll change this mocked payment to mocked payment service. Okay, now it's fine. So what we have done, we have created a mocked object, and then we have set the mocked object to the booking service. Okay, so whenever we are making a call to the payment service method, okay, payment service process payment method, so you should be calling the mocked payment service method, but not the real implementation, but not the where it is payment, no, but not this real implementation. Okay, I'll show you that also. Okay, as of now, what we did, we have stubbed the payment service, then we have set the expectations. Now what you have to do, you have to verify that whether the you have to verify whether you have to verify the call, whether the call is happening, really happening or not. So before verifying the call, so you have to call the actual method of booking service. Okay, when you call the actual method of booking service, then only it will make a call to the process payment service, right? Okay, so let me create booking service dot by product, and here you are passing some value. Let's say I am passing 1000. Okay, 1000. And here what you will do is, after uh, calling the actual object, now you need to verify it. So you should say verify, and what you have to verify, whether the mocked payment service dot process payment is called or not. And over here, however you have set the expectations, in the same way only you have to do it. So if you are given the any double, you have to give any double. Okay, so now I'll say any double. Okay, any double semicolon, and this process method, listen carefully, and this process payment method will be called at least once. So then I'll say this, at least once you have to make a call, at least once it should execute. Okay, so fine, so let me explain you again. See, we have created a booking service test. Okay, so where we are taking the booking service as a attribute, and we have created a method called setup, and we are like opening the Mockito. Okay, by calling the Mockito annotations dot open marks. Okay, this is mandatory. Okay, this is mandatory, and you have to make these, you have to initialize every time, you have to open the mock every time whenever a test method is called. So that's why I have given, before executing each test method, you have to open the mock. Okay, so that is the meaning of at before each. Okay, at before executing each test method, you have to open the mock. Okay, so now it is open the mock. Now we have created a test by product method, and we have annotated that method with the right test. Okay, and now we have followed the steps defined by me. So what are the steps I told? So if you want to stub any, if you want to stub any dependent class, okay, so you have to use mock method. Okay, so the mock method will return the mocked object, which is over here. You can see here. Okay, now what you are doing after mocking the object, you have to give this mocked object to the booking service so that whenever booking service is making a call to the methods of payment service, okay, it should call the uh, mocked methods over here. Here I have mocked the method, right? So it should call this particular method, okay, but not this method. See, if I run this application, you will not see these kind of sysouts. You will not see all these sysouts. You will not see in your console. Okay, so after setting the payment service, after setting the expectations also, so you are making a actual call to the booking service by product method. So this by product method internally makes a call to the payment service. Okay, so as we have mocked this payment service, the actual payment service class will not be called. Whatever the mocked service whatever the dependent class we have mocked, whatever the method we have set, when I said byproduct internally making a call to the payment service, whenever you are calling the payment service, you should return true. You should return true. Okay, and at last we are verifying it whether it is actually calling or not, calling this as expected method or not. So fine, let me go and test this one. Okay, let's see the output. Okay, so this test case should be passed. Okay, let's run this. Run as booking test service. Let me check the output. It is failing at some position. Let me check this one. Okay, so here you are saying this because I'm using the Java 8 version, so I have to change the version to Java 21. So I have changed just now. I've changed it just now. I was using Java 8 before, now I'm using Java 21. Let's test this one. Let's test it. Before testing it, let me update this project. Okay, let me update this control, reload from disk. Okay, I'll be reloading the project. Even I will be, reloading from here as well. So it will be reloading the project. It will be in sync over here. So it's reloaded perfectly. So it's in sync now. Let me go and right click, run as booking test service. So after this, you'll be getting. Okay, fine. So I'm getting something over here. Let me grab this. Okay, come on. So what is it? It's failing. It says that please add Mockito as an agent to your build. What is described documentation? It's a kind of warning and cannot invoke booking service. Not set payment because this booking service is null. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, fine. I got it. Okay, so I got it what exactly it is. What it's trying to say is that, see, I have I have given the booking service, but I haven't set the booking service right. So I'll say, I have to say this dot, so I have to say this dot booking service equals to booking service, something like that. So you can create an object of booking service. Internally, what I'll do is over here, I'll be creating an object of booking service so that it will not throw any exception. It will do new booking service. That's fine. Let me test it once again. let me test my test class. So let's see. It's crossed. Let's see. Okay. So now at this time the successful. We got the our test case is successful. Payment is processed successfully. Okay. So where it is, let me go byproduct. So here it is executing payment process successfully. You can check here in process payment also we have written payment is under processing, but it is not making a call to this process payment, right? See, it is calling to the mocked method of this one, and this will be returning a true only, and this is returning only true. Okay, so instead of making call to the actual payment service, it is calling to the mocked expectation actually. Stub, no, setted expectation. So this is the expectation we need whenever you are making a call to the process payment service of payment service. Okay, the booking service, the JVM or the compiler shouldn't be calling to this actual method. It will be calling this particular mocked method, and it should return true. That's it. Okay, fine. Okay, that's all about for this session. In the next session, we will be seeing how we can do the same with the annotations. I promised you, so using the annotations are very easy compared to this one. Okay, we will see that in the next session. Thank you for watching.